Hi, and welcome back to our how-to video series. So far, you've learned how to unbox and assemble your unit, how to connect to the unit with your mobile device, how to plan the mission, and how to complete a successful launch and recovery, and process data as well. Now, one of the last steps is just to charge the batteries so we can be ready for the next mission. So it's a pretty simple process. We're just going to get our charger ready to go first. And so that's just going to be, we have a wall outlet here, or in this case, an extension cord, and basically a cable that's the same as what you would put into your laptop charging supply. That's just going to plug right into the back of the unit here, and orientation doesn't matter. It just plugs right on in. And now we've got the charger ready to go. It's powered on, and you see that our fields say standby and kind of a blank back screen. So we're going to get our batteries out of the drone right here. And one thing to note is sometimes these batteries can be a little tricky to get out of the drone, once they swell up and such. So when you're putting the batteries in the drone, make sure that you're not forcing a battery in. One of the reasons it's designed this way is when a battery gets to the point where it's swollen towards the end of its lifetime, it no longer actually fits in our chassis. So an excellent determination of, maybe the battery's not good to go anymore is if it's really difficult to get in the platform. So now we got the batteries here and we're ready to go ahead and show you how to charge them. So now that we got our charger in place and our batteries out here in front of it, we're just simply going to plug them in. Now you notice I have them set so that the shortest lead is closest to the charger, and that's just to make things a little easier. We're going to plug the balance lead into the balance port there, and we'll plug our main power lead right here into this port that's the same color. We'll do the same thing with this other side. And you'll notice the fields on the charger are starting to populate with some information about the battery. So now our next step is to actually start our charge. So we can click this CH button over here, it's kind of our page button, and that's going to bring us to the first battery. So we can click the scroll wheel over here, it kind of selects and brings up our menu. So the first thing we want to do is we want to select the task balance, because we're actually going to be balancing this battery all the way up into 4.2 volts and not a charge. So we'll come down here to cell voltage, and we're going to set that to 4.2. Now that cell voltage is always going to populate with whatever the battery's cell voltage is. And then this is our amperage for our charge rate. So these are 7 amp batteries, or 7,000 milliamp. And so if we set our charge rate as a 7 amp charge, that's going to be the 1C charge rating that we want. So now we can start the task, and we can switch to the next page and start the next battery. So we'll come up here, we'll verify it's in balance, come down here and set 4.2. Click on that with the scroll wheel. We got the same size battery and the same charge rate, and so we can go ahead and start that. And we can click this once more, and now you can see both of our batteries are charging, and they have that light green background. Now when the batteries are done charging, that's going to transfer to a solid, or a darker green background, and it'll say balance done right up here where it says LiPo 6S. So now, these batteries aren't charged yet, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to disconnect the battery and how to set up the charger for the disconnection without just unplugging it. So first thing to note is these chargers are smart chargers. They will stop charging your battery and just hold it right at the voltage it needs to be at until you come back and get it. But the way you're going to do this is we're going to hit this channel button again, and all you have to do is just click one time right there, and if it's done, it's going to go ahead and just cancel out. But if it's still charging and you need to stop it for a reason, you can click it again and it'll stop. And so like I said, if the battery's done charging and you click that one time, it'll go ahead and just go to this blank screen. But in our case, it was still charging, so we had to hit the stop button. We'll go ahead and do that same process and hit the stop button for this one. So now you see we both have standby screens. So we're safe to go ahead and unplug our batteries. Just like that. So this wraps up our video on how to charge your batteries, and wraps up this part of the series on how the basics of using your Discovery unit. If you have any other complications, please feel free to reach out to us by our phone number on our website, smartdrone.us.